What up, people? This your boy Cope, man. Sliding through real quick. I want to put something on your head and on your heart that I hope helps somebody. And it's, how do I know that I've healed from a hurt or a trauma? How do I know? I believe that when it comes down to hurt, betrayal, trauma, uh, those type of things that we experience in life, I believe that a good indicator that we've healed is that the things that used to trigger us, that remind us or rehash an offense or something that has transpired that caused us grief, pain, agony, or resistance. I believe that when those triggers no longer work, they no longer remind, I believe that is an indicator that you've healed. Now, that doesn't take away the amount of pain that you may have experienced during that ordeal, but I believe that once the things that usually trip or trigger no longer work, I believe it is at that point then that the healing is becoming more evident. I believe that the sooner we can not have an emotion to a trauma or an offense or something that hurt us, the sooner we can not have an emotion, and not an intentional not having an emotion, but just a natural not having an emotion or response to a thing that once brought us grief, pain, and agony. I believe that once we reach that space, that is an indicator that you've healed. When you don't subconsciously find yourself being aligned in situations or scenarios that cause you the pain in the beginning, I believe that's a sign that you're healing or that you're healed. Many times, whether we realize it or not, we have a subliminal or subconscious fear about things that we've experienced that were not pleasant or undesirable, or things that we feel like we didn't deserve. We have this subliminal, subconscious attraction to those same scenarios because when we haven't healed, fear is in place. And whatever we're afraid of, ironically, we attract more of it. So as long as it is a subconscious fear, we will begin to attract more of those things that brought us the pain in the beginning. And as long as we're in that space, in that dimension, we have not healed yet. So this is how you'll see a person keep attracting the same kind of person that brought them grief and pain before. This is how you find people still being in the same cyclic scenarios, because they haven't healed from those scenarios yet. So subconsciously, they're afraid of being in those situations again. And ironically, they end up in those situations again. It's because there's been no shadow work to heal in that area. So as long as we don't heal in that area, those triggers will still present themselves, sometimes masqueraded as other opportunities, but nevertheless, they'll still be in place because we have not done the work. And part of the work, unfortunately, is an admission of your participation in that scenario. And I know a lot of times we like to feel like we're the victim. Even in situations where you may have in fact been victimized, you have to own your participation in that situation. How minor. Sometimes it's just a matter of not that you did anything, but what you allowed. But again, you have to be willing to own your participation in that experience, that negative experience. And once you begin to own it, then all of a sudden you begin to search that situation on how you coulda, woulda, shoulda responded differently. And so when you begin to do that, then you begin to set the healing wheel in motion. So much so that you begin to think, you begin to assess yourself, what it is in you that allowed that to take place. Whether it is you intentionally done something or whether you subliminally allowed it. Either way, you'll begin to do the shadow work to find out what it is in you that you need to address. And then once you address it, all of a sudden, the healing begins to take place. And when the healing begins to take place, this is how you can see a person that was probably a part of some of the experience that you may have had that was traumatic and it was painful. When you're able to see that person or those people and nothing moves inside of you, the wheel doesn't turn, the idea, the thought of the pain, the thought of revenge, none of those things come to the front of your mind. Congratulations. The healing has started, or the healing has concluded. But nevertheless, it does not present itself nor confirm itself until triggers, situations, and scenarios that once used to bother you or remind you, when you no longer have a response or feeling to those situations, triggers, traumas, when you no longer have a response nor feeling, your healing has begun or is completing. Pay attention. Your body won't lie. This is your boy Cope. Out.